The small businesses are not doing enough for themselves in terms of planning so that they grow. Just a short survey just to ask, how long have you been in business? Are you keeping records? Would you say your business is growing? And the answers from there, they confirmed that small businesses are not doing the best. As a result, they don't know that they are not realizing their full potential.
If you don't have a system, you cannot grow. If you are not doing things that you look at and say, how am I doing this? You think you are growing, like Janet has said, but you're stuck there.
Are we focusing on leadership and the role that leadership actually plays in growing our entities? Now, we talk about a program that you've done for entrepreneurs. And the question, I think, that comes to mind is it just appears that every single day there's a program targeting entrepreneurs. And really speaking to capacity building and how we facilitate them. I'm curious to find out from your end as Empower Success Solutions, what is it that you are specifically focusing on with this strategic meeting and why?
Just a bit of background. Empower Success Solutions, as the name says, is empowering us as business owners, as individuals, as people on the whole, to be better at what we're doing. In anything, if you're not empowered, you will not realize your fullest potential. So in this Growth Accelerator meeting, we are trying to get everyone who is in business to come and experience what we have to offer as Empower Success Solutions. We are starting a mentoring program. And for you to actually appreciate what your mentors have, you actually have to know what they have to offer. So in our strategy meeting, the one we're having tomorrow, we want to give insights for free to say, come, learn from us. This is what we have. Not because we know everything, but we've also partnered with industry experts in certain areas who will help improve collaboration, improve your skills, improve your business on the whole.
Okay. And now, just before we went on air, you talked about a survey that you did in sometime in December last year. That really speaks to how we are here talking about a strategic meeting. Perhaps you could just take us through that and share some of the insights that you picked from that survey.
Yes, we've generally always felt that the small businesses are not doing enough for themselves in terms of planning so that they grow. So we went out last year, I think it was mid-December, just a short survey just to ask, how long have you been in business? Are you keeping records? Would you say your business is growing? And the answers from there, they confirmed that small businesses are not doing the best. And as a result, they don't know that they are not realizing their full potential. Some of them think they are growing based on whatever they have. If I was selling 2 dresses, now I'm selling 10, they're attributing that to growth. But if I ask you, is 10 the best that you can do? They cannot answer that. So that survey really confirmed what we thought, and we are now out there to try and help these small businesses.
Okay. Now let's just focus on this Growth Accelerator strategy meeting. Earlier you mentioned that it's not just you, the key people, industry experts that you have partnered with on this particular program. Perhaps speak to us about those and what sort of expertise are they bringing to this meeting?
Okay, starting with us here. Janet she holds a master's in business administration. So that's actually business management right there. As Pauline, I run a number of businesses, and I've just been able to grow my businesses through input. I've done a master's in physiotherapy. It's actually on leadership. So I've developed systems as part of my master's program, and that has actually made me start thinking, if you don't have a system, you cannot grow. If you are not doing things that you look at and say, how am I doing this? You think you're growing, like Janet has said, but you're stuck there. And then we also have accountants who can look at your books and say, okay, what records are you keeping? How are you managing your finances? It's easy to say, I've sold 10 dresses, but have you made a profit? Have you considered your transport? Have you considered everything you've put in to get those 10 dresses? A lot of us will just say, okay, I got 300 pula, but how much of that 300 pula is profit? How much have you benefited from? Because a lot of times we spend more than we actually realize, because we are not keeping proper records, we are not costing effectively, because everything you use in a business should be costed. Even if it's you doing it, you are a resource and you need to be remunerated. And if you're not including that cost, it means you're actually undervaluing yourself.
Okay. So essentially what I'm taking from you is that as entrepreneurs, as small business and small and medium businesses, we need to have systems, processes, structures in place to actually grow our entities. Let's just focus on the leadership aspect then, because we've talked about that. Are we focusing on leadership and the role that leadership actually plays in growing our entities?
Yeah, leaders are the backbone. A leader is the backbone of the organization, because they guide first the culture. They formulate with the team the vision, because without a vision, where are we going? A vision gives us direction, that we want to be here, we want to be there, and in this period of time. They also facilitate team cohesion, because we are people, we can be fighting all the time, but the leader sort of is the glue that keeps us together. So a lot of times where the leadership is not strong or is not equipped, then there is no growth in the business, because there is nothing to follow. Remember, a leader needs followers. Without followers, you are taking a walk. Basically.
But let's just focus on strategic planning, for example, Ms. Kahari. If I run my small entity and it's just me alone, maybe a cousin comes here and then to help with my small entity, what does that look like, or how do we envision that looking like within my small entity?
Regardless of the size of your entity, strategic planning is key, because it helps you define who you are as a business. What is it that you are doing as a business? How are you doing it? So it doesn't matter whether there's two of you or it's just you alone. You need a strategic plan. It will give you direction. It will also give you clarity of purpose in terms of what is it that you're doing, what is it that you want to achieve, and the how part. And most small businesses fail in that area, because they think, because I'm the only one, I can run the business anyhow. And as a result, they miss out on especially growth opportunities. So strategic planning, one-man band, 100-man band, the concept is critical.
Okay, I'm asking you this because quite often we see medium to large organizations saying we are going on a strategy retreat. We're going to come up with a plan, a 3-year strategy. We have facilitators coming in. So I'm curious to see how do we do this when it's just me as an individual? Do I need to be bringing you in to help me, or is it something that I can just say, I know my business, I understand my business, therefore this is what I'm going to do?
Coming up with a strategic plan, if you are able and are equipped, is not very difficult. But I think for most businesses, it's because people don't know what to do. And that's where we as Empower Success Solutions can actually come. You've got your project or your business, whatever you're doing, whether it be selling tomatoes or whatever. Okay, let's sit down. What is your long-term goal? What is the direction? What is your environment like? Because when we talk strategic planning, we are not just talking about me getting my product and giving it out there. How many other people are doing the same thing?
You're talking pastel.
Yes. How many other people?
And competitive advantage.
So what is it that I do and do well? If we are both selling tomatoes, how do you sell yours? How do I sell mine? Do I need to package them in a little plastic? Do I just need to put them out there and give them, it's those small things that, I run, like I told you, a business. Someone came into my clinic and just said, "Oh, you give coffee. That's nice." Coffee.
It's part of the plan.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just talk about the strategic meeting, the Growth Accelerator strategic meeting itself. You're talking about exciting things that entrepreneurs can learn from you, but you say it's tomorrow. Where exactly tomorrow? Do people just come in? Is it fully booked? What is the plan for tomorrow? Ms. Kahari.
The plan is we've sent out invitations on our social media platforms, and the response has been very good. We've received over 110 registrations, and we're still inviting people to come in. Tomorrow morning we'll still invite those that had expressed interest to come. So yeah, we are excited. The numbers are encouraging, and everybody is excited about tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this going to be like a once-off thing just based on the results of the survey you did, or are we going to see this being a continuous exercise going forth?
The strategic meeting in itself is the first we've ever done. Like we said, informed by the study we did. But what we intend on doing continuously is the mentorship and direction. So whether we'll continue having the meeting or not is determined on how the whole thing plays out, the response. But our real aim is to get everyone who is probably unsure of what to do. It's the beginning of 2025. I want to do better this year. A lot of people don't know where to go. So come to the strategy meeting and we'll sit there and start directing each other. No, but we are all learning from each other anyway.
Okay. Earlier when I asked about the partners that you had, and you did talk about your expertise quite eloquently, I'm still curious to find out, are there any other partners that have come on board on this, or it's just the two of you since it's the beginning, Ms. Kahari?
No, we have a team that we work with, like I think she mentioned. We have accounting experts, we have people that are into marketing. So we want to look at the business holistically so that people benefit right from strategy formulation, systems thinking, the marketing, the records keeping, the finances, cash flow management. So we are working with a team so that we cut across all the elements and functions of business.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's just diverge here. There are people who think that small enterprises are more capacitated than anything. What they need is funding. Like every single day there's a workshop for SMMEs. Every single day there's something for SMMEs. What are you doing differently? I've heard how packed your program is, but I'm curious to find what are we doing that would ensure sustainability, and that's different from any other strategy meeting or workshop or lekgotla or conference that has happened with any other entity. How do you set yourself apart?
So for us, it's not just coming to the meeting and it ends there. So when you come to the meeting, you can actually sign up for mentoring, like I said before. So this mentorship program is where we then you come on board, we look at your business, we sit down together, say, what do you want to do? What do you see in 5 years? And we try and make a map of the processes, how we should get there, what we need to change, what did we need to tweak, and all that. So this is not just come, listen to us and go. we are actually about transformation. We want to see change at the end of. We start this year, it's January. We want a review in December and say, after this, this is what has happened. We want measurables. Everything needs to be measurable. For us to say we've actually achieved our mandate, we want to see the individuals grow. And to be honest, we are not targeting the regular businesses that a lot of people would. We are even going down to, like I said, the person selling on the street. That's why it's a free event. Okay. We are going to those people in hair salons. They don't have anyone training them, a lot of them. And they actually think, I don't need that. But once you've spoken to them, then they realize, no, this is actually essential. So anybody really who is doing anything that they consider a livelihood benefits from this.
Okay. You talk about mentorship, the importance of mentorship as a startup, as an SMME.
Yes, that tool is very important for business people, especially for the upcoming, because we like holding their hands and walking through the journey of developing their strategy, of developing their systems, improving their records management or their records keeping, and regularly we will hold evaluation sessions where we see what was the goal, how far have we gone in terms of the goal, if we have missed the goal, what is the problem, and we try and take corrective action. And so that, like she said, at the end of the year, if you're at point 2, we want to see you at point 8 or point 10.
Okay.
Yes.
So from the meeting itself, what would success look like? You mentioned 100 and something have signed up, but other than attendance, what would define success for you?
For us, it would be those people who opt to get onto the mentorship program. For us, that's where, and it doesn't end there. Like I said, they get onto the mentorship program, they walk the journey, and they have a success story at the end. We're actually looking forward to success stories in December, which we can come back and say, this is what we did. This is how we walked, and this is where we were.
Okay. As we come to the end of our conversation, let's just take this opportunity to invite those that are hearing about this for the first time, those who thought perhaps maybe it's closed. Ms. Kahari.
Yes, the invitation is still open to all. They can check us on our social media platforms. We are Empower Success Solutions on Facebook, on Instagram. We are on LinkedIn. We are on TikTok, and we are also on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is 76321444.